The play, which features blank mix of comedy, pathos, and music, was correctly described by one honest critic as a blank. When we look at this sentence and we're trying to find, let's say first blank, what word goes into the first blank, it's not clear based on the sentence alone what might go into these blanks. This happens sometimes with dual blank questions because one of the clue of the sentence, what tells you what goes into the blank, is under one of the blanks, right? So if I gave you this blank, you'd know a lot more about what would go into that blank and vice versa. So the issue is we don't know what specifically goes into the blanks. I mean, we do know that the critic is being honest, so it's likely this is something negative because, why would you have to mention that someone was honest when they were praising something? Though even then, it's not exact. So we don't know really exactly what goes in these blanks, but we do know the relationship between the blanks. We do know that whatever goes in this blank influences what goes in this blank directly, that they have a same relationship, as opposed to an opposite relationship. So put this word in the blank and we need a word here that means something opposite or, and the opposite mood to it or something like that. We know they're the same, right? Because if this is a bad thing, so described by one honest critic as a disaster, for instance, we know this is going to be something negative as well. So let's go to the choices and find two choices that are in the same direction, that have the same relationship. A seamless and debacle. Well, let's see. The play, which features a seamless mix of comedy, pathos, and music, was described as a debacle. Well, a debacle is a disaster, and if it was a seamless mix, it doesn't really make sense that it would be a debacle in that case. This is a case of an opposite relationship, right? Because this is a positive word, this is a negative word, so we can get rid of it. The play, which features an ungainly mix or clumsy mix of comedy, pathos, and music, was described as a hodgepodge. So yeah, a jumbled mess. Perfect. These are in the same direction, right? They mean the same kinds of things. They're both negative words, and they make sense here, right? If the play was a clumsy mix of these things, a critic would call it a hodgepodge, right? Because it's a mix of a jumble of those things. That looks good. Let's look at the choices, the rest of them. The play, which features an unfortunate mix of comedy methods, was correctly described as a masterpiece. Well, wait a minute. No, that's opposite, right? If something was an unfortunate mix, it wouldn't be a masterpiece necessarily. The play, which features an inappropriate mix, was correctly described as a success. Again, opposite. The play, which features a harmonious mix, was correctly described as a failure. Again, opposite. Notice the only one that has the same relationship between the blanks is choice B. And in addition, when you put those words in, it makes sense given what the rest of the sentence are. These minor clues about the mix and about the honest critic. So the answer is B.